Hello. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream for those of you who are just tuning in. And that includes myself. The name's Marlon. This is episode 29 of Mushroom Sitting in Minecraft. So, how you guys doing on this, I don't know if I want to call this a lovely Friday, but for those of you who think today's lovely, well, glad that you're having, but in my case, the weather is damp, well, rather depressing because of cloud coverage. But there was also rain earlier this afternoon, and from what I've heard, in some areas around the tri-state area, there were flash flood warnings. So, what are we doing right now? Okay, so I know that we are going to play Mushroom City in Minecraft, which we are going to, just so you know, folks. However, we're just going to take a look at the weather right now. And, well, so here's the thing, folks. Just going to give you a heads up. Okay, so, see, usually, what I usually do is that it'll take me about 5 or 10 minutes for me to talk about the weather. But in some cases, during severe weather, up to 15 minutes. Just so you know, folks, because, I mean, as a meteorologist, I must do it. And also as a gamer, well, I game, I play Minecraft, but I actually build cities rather than destroy them. And some, maybe I do destroy some, but not all of it. You know what I mean, folks. Alright. Then after that, I play the games for you. Then by, well, right now, about 7:20 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, I get started on the national weather discussion, and then we end the stream by 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It is currently 6:02 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Now let's get this over with and talk about the weather. So what's happening right now? So let's take a look at the active weather alerts. So basically we have 4 tornado warnings, and from what I can tell is that one tornado warning has been observed, and the size, the hail size in terms of diameter is 3 inches, which is a large apple-sized hail, which is extremely fatal, folks. If you're out there, oh boy, oh, that is just horrible. Got another one in Illinois, but was indicated by radar, and the hail size is estimated to be pink ball-sized hail, or 1.5 inches. 2 other tornado warnings are in Baltimore, and they've been indicated by radar, and the estimated hail size is up to 3/4 of an inch in diameter. We got 27 severe thunderstorm warnings in Maryland, Vermont, North Carolina, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Indiana, Wisconsin, Illinois, Missouri, Texas, and how many special marine warnings? There are 8 of them in Maryland, Virginia, Wisconsin, Washington, D.C., and 4 special weather statements in Michigan, Wisconsin, Texas. Hold on just a minute, folks. I'm getting some background noise, folks. Just bear with me on this one. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and just talk over it. Okay, so let's start off in the Northeast, or where we do see plenty of severe thunderstorm warnings, particularly in Vermont, where one is located just northwest of Johnsbury, right near the Canadian border. There's a dry line that goes through New England. We do have a whole lot of severe thunderstorm warnings that stretch south of State College, going through Harrisburg, Baltimore, Washington, and then anywhere just north of Richmond, which it takes a break. But south of Richmond, all that severe thunderstorm warnings spread towards close to Raleigh, and we see one of them have expired. Now let's take a look at the tornado warning in Baltimore, Maryland. let's see. All right, now let's switch gears to the radar right now, just to find where that tornado warning is located. Now let's use this. Okay, so this is a whole lot of stuff, folks. So we do have a tornado warning that's present throughout the metropolitan portion of Baltimore, which is very horrific, folks. And this is the high-res reflectivity. Now let's move on to the high-res velocity. Okay, so we have the radar here, and it's all tangled up right now, folks. Okay, the red ones represent winds that come from the radar, but there's just a little bit of a drag right there, which happens to be green, but from what I can tell is that there could be a very small tornado just east of the city near Edgemere, Maryland, and it's about to cross the Chesapeake Bay. Yeah, it doesn't really look like as though it's well defined, folks, just so you know. I mean, it's enough to cause quite a scare for folks living in the metropolitan portion of Baltimore and the outskirts of which. But it's best to be safe than sorry, just to hunker down in the basement or storm shelter if there is one. But if those aren't available, just hide in an interior closet or in interior rooms, any room that doesn't have any windows. But exterior rooms and walls are not safe because projectiles and debris can pierce through those walls, making that room unsafe. If you're outside, hide in a ditch. But if there is a subway that is underground or a train station that is underground, that is your best bet because, I mean, sure, the winds may penetrate, but it's not enough to blow you guys away because you'll be underground and the damage will only be limited to above ground. And look at that, one tornado warning has expired. And we see that there's one little bit of tornado that's currently making its way across the Chesapeake River, Chesapeake Bay. I don't know why I call it river. Anyway, the Baltimore-Washington area is getting plenty of severe thunderstorm warnings. No tornado warnings anywhere along I-83 down the 95. Anywhere just north of the Potomac River, and even across near Montrose, Virginia. Richmond, just south of Richmond, Petersburg, Waverly, Templeton, Sputana, Stony Creek, McKinney, Emporia, Lawrenceville, Alberta, South Hill, and many other locations throughout southern Virginia, especially in Norlina. They're getting severe thunderstorm warnings. And now let's focus our attention. Well, let me check the correlation coefficient. That's where you find precipitation. But so far, folks, I mean, not much debris. I mean, there is precipitation, but just some debris. But it's not much of a foreign object type of thing. But regardless, it's all covered in water vapor and some dust. But nothing like major debris. But it's more likely an EF0 to EF1 tornado that's present in the Baltimore-Washington area. Oh, in the Baltimore area. Now let's head over down south. Well, in North Carolina, West Virginia is mostly clear, but Romney is experiencing some showers. But in North Carolina, there's plenty of scattered showers throughout the busy parts of the Tar Heel State. But in the northern part, there are 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, especially in Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, Halifax, South Carolina, mostly dry, Atlanta, especially Florida, mostly Alabama, and mostly Mississippi. Some parts of Mississippi, they're dry, but anywhere north and west of Tuscaloosa, scattered showers, especially just north of Tupelo, and right along the Mississippi Valley, places like Helena, West Helena, Clarksdale, Cleveland, Greenville, and anywhere north of Yazoo City, Mississippi. Louisiana, it's all clear, but there are 2 severe thunderstorm warnings and one special weather statement in Llano, Texas, just northwest of Austin. It's a cold front present that is present from the Lone Star State all the way to Missouri. Then meets up with a low pressure system, and then has a stationary front that parallels the Ohio River, but it ends up becoming a cold front, meets up with a warm front in upstate New York and Lake Ontario, but there's a stationary front that curves through Pennsylvania, through the Baltimore, Washington area, through the Delmarva Peninsula, and then out to sea. And then there's an occluded front that swings from Lake Ontario and then wraps around the Great Lakes back to Minnesota, North Dakota, and then meets up with a low pressure center in Minnesota, which we'll get to in a second or in a moment. But there are 2 severe thunderstorm warnings just south of Erie, Pennsylvania, in Greenville, Pennsylvania, and Kingsman Township, Ohio. There's also plenty of severe thunderstorm warnings west of Indianapolis and anywhere south of Chicago. Terre Haute getting severe thunderstorms. Oh, and there is 1 tornado warning that's present in Robinson, Illinois. So far, there are 5 tornado warnings. What do you know? Like Kentucky, Illinois, Missouri, they're getting tornado warnings, and they're massive. Boy, folks, this is. Normally I would say that. Although it does take me up to 15 minutes to cover severe weather coverage, but this is a lot. I mean, particularly in the Mid-Atlantic and the Midwest, they're getting plenty of severe thunderstorm warnings and even tornado warnings. Severe weather is widespread in those areas. Now, let me take a look at what's going on throughout Robinson, Illinois. Let me just click here. Okay, so there is a hook echo, and boy, this is a textbook definition of what a supercell thunderstorm looks like, folks, from this view. Now, what about in terms of the radial velocity? Oh boy. Wow, this is very significant. Okay, so we got this. This is massive. Okay, so we do have a tornado, and it's moving. It's moving in that direction, folks. As you can see, and there are strong winds, which means a tornado is right around Palestine, Illinois. It's crossing the river into into Indiana, moving this way towards Sullivan and Merrim, Indiana. Yeah, my geography's right. I thought it was off. Okay, so now that we got that, okay, so let's check the correlation coefficient. And boy, look at this. This is so much debris that Palestine is dealing with, as well as the outside of the supercell thunderstorm near Robinson and Hudsonville. Boy, this is very, very tragic. This is very agonizing, folks. This is horrible. I mean, horrifying. I mean, wow. I'm beyond words that are right at this time. Boy, this is just awful, folks. Now what's next? Okay, so let's get back to this. there is another tornado warning located in Paducah. There are two tornado warnings, and those two tornado warnings, what they all have in common is that they produce very large hail near Paducah, Kentucky. And I gotta tell you, folks, this is major stuff. Very major stuff. I think there's a kink right there. Now let's turn to the radial velocity, but let me change the radar real quick because I mean, this is what we're dealing with now, folks. Okay, so you got strong winds moving like this. Wind's moving there, which means there is a tornado there, but I would believe that there is one tornado there and another one there. Yeah, this is horrifying, folks. Wow. Okay. Let me just recheck because from what I'm seeing right now is that this is very massive. Okay, you have a little bit here, a little bit here, and you tend to have very strong winds that are moving away from the radar. Yeah, which means there's a tornado just southeast of Paducah, Kentucky, and based on the shape of the tornado warning, it looks like as though it may be heading towards the east. One tornado warning has expired, so you know, folks. But Paducah is not out of the woods yet. There are 3 tornado warnings, and we are paying attention to what's going on at the top. And hail size is baseball-sized hail, 2 3/4 of an inch. As the estimated hail size, and it's been indicated by radar, the tornado warning. And what about the one in Missouri? Well, first things first, so let's check the correlation coefficient. And from what it looks like, there's plenty of debris just northeast of Paducah. And what about upriver in the Mississippi Valley? Well, that's in Missouri. Anywhere just south of St. Genevieve, things are very, very dicey. Where's the nearest radar? Oh, it's quite literally in the middle. Okay, there's debris right around here. And now let me check the radial velocity and see what we got. Okay, so there's wind's moving in that direction. Right here, but I don't see any sense of friction. I mean, I'm turning the radar on here in St. Louis, for St. Louis. Okay, so this is the radar site. Okay, I see that the tornado is actually moving towards the east through Perryville. Okay, so this looks like as though this is the tornado just located west of Perryville, and it's going to make its way through town. There is a severe thunderstorm warning in St. Genevieve and Missouri and Chester, Illinois. Boy, folks, this is the most busiest severe weather coverage that I've encountered so far, folks. And this is quite god-awful, if you ask me. Plenty of severe thunderstorm warnings, as I said, in eastern Illinois and western Indiana. And there are clusters of severe thunderstorm warnings and a special weather statement in southern Missouri, especially just in the northern part of Arkansas. Now let's go to Wisconsin, and in Wisconsin there are plenty of severe thunderstorm warnings in places like Oshkosh, Nikemi, in Appleton, and anywhere, especially in St. Nazianz, Caddo, and Reedsville, Maple Grove, Wisconsin, New London, and also Fond du Lac, uh, Wisconsin. Pardon my French. Wisconsin. Now look at this, folks. This is crazy. Look at this. Look at the occluded front. Yeah, there's a deepening low, mid-latitude low. It's deepening. It's just so mind-boggling that well, that's because you had so much heat and so much humidity throughout that part of the country throughout the past few days. All of that has resulted in severe weather that's finally been, well, I wouldn't say in a enthusiastic way, but more in a way that really describes the worst case scenario. That in the northern plains, it was so hot and humid that it led to that severe weather and a really deepening low, which led to many severe weather events that are taking place in places like the Mississippi Valley, the Mid-Atlantic, and especially parts of the Ohio Valley. But there's also clusters in just one in Texas. Okay, I deeply apologize for that, folks. I've been going way in depth about the severe weather coverage. I know I was supposed to start playing Minecraft 7 minutes ago, but unfortunately, severe weather has been calling my name ever since the Great Plains, the Northern Plains, have been heating up for so long as a result of the Omega and Rex blocks that had led to the heating, and even after the Rex block that had moved away, humidity starts pouring in throughout the northern plains, and then it all happened, all hell broke loose, and now you're seeing what you're seeing, folks, and this is the reason why I've been streaming weather for 22 minutes straight instead of me getting started on Minecraft. So what about the northern plains? Well, the northern Rockies. Well, there are plenty of some showers and even snow showers throughout the northern Rockies, especially Missoula, the Bitterroot Mountains of Idaho, parts of Yellowstone, and especially some snow showers just southeast of Bozeman and Livingston, Montana, especially Red Lodge, Montana. Scattered showers throughout parts of Wyoming, and especially in the southern portion of Idaho. Some parts of Colorado, they have scattered showers, especially in southern Utah and eastern Nevada, but all that moisture is just located outside of Sin City and Las Vegas. In the desert southwest, it's mostly dry, nothing much to report on, but there are some scattered showers just near Santa Barbara, and it extends towards California City, Fort Irwin, California, anywhere just between Los Angeles and Bakersfield. Now we go up towards the Pacific Northwest, where on the leeward side there are some scattered showers in Oregon, but on the coastal side of Washington State plus Portland, Oregon, there are scattered showers, but there's plenty of rain and some storms located in Olympic National Park, right on the coastal side. And there are some scattered showers on the leeward side of the Cascades, especially around the Spokane area. Coeur d'Alene and Kellogg, Idaho, they're getting some scattered showers, maybe some storms, and especially anywhere east of Great Falls. Whew, boy, there was a lot to cover for severe weather, folks. And I know, like, for those of you who are into weather, well, I'm glad you guys stick by me. And although I wish you guys would tell me in if there's anything wrong or how am I doing with the severe weather coverage. But for those of you who wanted me to watch, or rather, hold on, let me mute the mic. Oh no, never mind. The background music is gone. For those of you who wanted me to game for you guys, well, I'm deeply apologize for that. As a meteorologist, I had to report on this because not only you're getting me playing the games, but you're also getting me to play weather. So you're actually talking about a gamer who's also a meteorologist. Now, how you guys know if I'm a meteorologist? Was it because I told you so? No, it's actually because I actually graduated with a degree in meteorology, atmospheric science to be exact, because it not only covers meteorology but also covers, anything regarding atmospheric science. Now, what's causing all this? Okay, now we'll get to playing Minecraft in 5 minutes. I swear to you guys. All right. But in the meantime, I am going to show you guys what's been going on throughout right now in terms of this whole setup with severe weather. So what we have here, let's take a look at the 500 millibar map, but however, this does not become so reliable. Now, I'm going to switch gears here for you guys right now. Just need that to... Wait, thank you, Opa Yemi Gaming, for the follow. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for sticking by, and we will get to Minecraft momentarily. I just want to explain what's been going on with the whole severe weather setup. Okay, there we go. Now you guys are seeing it. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is that I'm checking on what's going on with the severe weather setup. So let's start off quickly with the upper level winds. So what we have here is that we do have this upper level low, and we do have a setup where our trough has occurred throughout the Great Plains and mid-Mississippi Valley. All of that has led to severe weather in places like Wisconsin. Hold on. Okay, so this is more of like an 18Z/6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time /2 p.m. Now, yeah, this is we're gonna assume that this is the setup right now. So what we have here is that we have a trough that's over the Great Plains in Mississippi Valley, and there is a little bit of trough just off of Baja California, but we won't worry about that. But so, and there's a ridge over Florida, so as a result, you guys are seeing severe weather in play in places like the Mississippi Valley, parts of Texas, the Ohio Valley, and as well as the Mid-Atlantic. All of that has led to severe weather, and all of this has to do with so much heating and so much humidity that's been going on for days in places like the Northern Plains and upper Mississippi Valley. And I've been talking about the Omega block and the Rex block since last week. And that has led to the heating of the Northern Plains. But after the Rex block has moved out of the way sometime around later part of last weekend, humidity starts moving in, and all of that just stayed there for days. But then when the moment came for severe weather to occur because of cold air that started moving in, a trough that moved in, which brought in cold air from the Rockies in Canada, and it led to severe weather to occur. I mean, all you get is two distinct air masses, warm, moist air, combined with cold, dry air. And when you put them all together, that's gonna be a big fight between the two air masses. And who wins? Cold, dry air wins, but at the cost of nice weather, meaning that it would lead to severe weather, tornadoes, severe thunderstorms, large hail, and damaging winds throughout the Mississippi Valley, Ohio Valley, parts of Texas, and even the Mid-Atlantic, the Baltimore, Washington area. All right, we'll keep monitoring all of this in the next about half an hour, about an hour or so. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna play this for you guys while I play Minecraft for you guys. So let's just get this over with. So let me play the radar for you guys, and this will play the last 3 hours at a current time up until, well, from 3 hours ago up until, let's say, about now. But now let's get on with Minecraft. All right, nice to meet you, El. Nice to meet you. That's right, folks. Nice to meet you. All right, we'll definitely keep an eye on what's going on throughout the United States in terms of severe weather. In the meantime, let's focus on playing Minecraft. So where we left off was that we managed to connect one subway station to another. That was an amazing accomplishment, but it was far from complete because I still have a lot of work to do, but we'll do that in another time. Right now, what I want to focus on is getting started on building this station. Sorry about that, folks. So what I'm doing right now is that I am constructing a subway station for the train station here. What my purpose is to create a train station that would serve not only many subway lines, but also connect a national rail line, kind of like Amtrak, if you will. And basically, I actually name it the Bullet Bill Express because, I mean, you know, Bullet Bill, like, he flies to wherever in a quick rate, you know, and I think that using, or rather imagining him as a train would actually serve a greater purpose as naming the national rail line the Bullet Bill Express that would serve the Mushroom Kingdom and even crosses international borders up into the neighboring kingdoms, which I'll discuss that in a later time. But the one thing I can say, folks, is that there are many kingdoms that neighbor the Mushroom Kingdom, but all of that is a really long story for me to talk about and show you guys as well. So it is 6:32 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Welcome to the stream. For those of you just tuning in, my name's Marlon, and this is episode 29 of Mushroom City and Minecraft. How you guys doing? Anybody looking forward to the weekend, or hoping that you find better weekdays or something, or looking forward to your version of your weekend, which happens to be a weekday if you do work on weekends? Feel free to let me know. No rush, no pressure, nothing like that. Just simple conversation on stream. And for those of you who are into weather, welcome aboard. Glad you guys decided to join. Okay, so let me deal with this. Now what's next? Let's see what we got. Yeah, building a city doesn't occur overnight. I mean, it's like, you know what they say, Rome wasn't built in a day, and so is Mushroom City. Yeah, I think I can hear background music, folks. Not a pleasant thing for me to experience, but it is something that's beyond my control. Okay, so what do you guys think about me playing Kingdom Hearts 2? I mean, the thing is, because of the fact that I've been talking about severe weather for so long, I could hold that off until Memorial Day weekend, which is next weekend. But all I can say, folks, is that, well, I was pretty exhausted when I finally beat Ansem in the previous last weekend. Oh boy, looks like it's starting to rain in the city. Alright. Now, let's see what happens. Okay, now I got these blocks here. And now, let's fill this block right here. And what we got... Wait a second. You know what I thought of something? Wait a second. I guess my point is that I may not need this type of thing. Yeah, I should just leave it alone like this. I don't see what's the point. So, how was your guys' day today? Just curiosity. For me, it was a busy day, but I'm not going to go further into detail. But the one thing I could say is that I'm looking forward to the weekend so I can chill and stream more for you guys. More background music. That's great. That's great. Not. Smooth chord slam. Maybe I could do nah, you know what? Screw this. I prefer I prefer this. This is much better because you know, I'm more accustomed to that. You know, let's just clone this. And then do it this way. Here we go. Still raining on one part. Here we go. Someone come out tomorrow. Put your butt on. Shrek was all like, bet my butt. Yeah, that was from Shrek 2. It's pretty funny. So what is going on? So remember when I said that was I don't know if I told you guys this, but I did say that I was gonna check the NFL schedule. Well, I failed to do that because I had so much to do after the stream, and I lost track of that. Oopsies. Okay, so what now? Oh, more background music. That's fun. Sure is fun. I just keep on talking over because, Twitch has a problem with all this. Oh, it's thundering. It's thundering in the game, not in real life, though. Hopefully, not in real life that's thundering, because if it were, then the stream would get cut off. Okay, so what's going on right now? Now we get to the part. I have to talk over and over and over right now. You know? Okay, so gotta keep on going right now. We got to keep on going right now. Alright. And where am I gonna sleep? Silly! I sleep here! But what's the weather topic of the day that I'm going to do? Well, we'll get to that. We'll definitely get to that. Okay, there's a subway there's a subway station that's there. But oh yeah, by the way, just give me a moment, folks. I got to turn off the AC because I turned it on just when I got home, and I was pretty hot, but now it's getting chilly. Back to business. Okay. Now that I got my station, well, now that I got my subway station, now the tricky part comes to light. Where's the? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, I got it. I got it. Okay, so basically I have a subway line that, hold on, let me just go upstairs. Now we start off with here. So what I'm trying to say is, folks, that, let's see what we got. Okay. So I got two subway lines that would need to go. Okay, west and south. West and south. And then you have one that goes east. One goes south. Okay, so if one goes east and then one goes south, what am I supposed to do, right? Okay, so I have one that can go. Okay, let me see what I can do with this part because, I mean, I need a pen real quick, just that I can indicate that this is the subway station right there, and now I'm in need of. Yeah, I think I can vouch for. See, I'm trying to think. This is a very, very difficult mission for me to do, folks. King. Yeah, I'm getting a, yeah, I'm getting all right. Yeah, just a moment, folks, I swear. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. Yeah, I should probably do it the next time it rains. Best thing I can do at this point is to do this part. Meaning it's time for me to take care of this part. That's the best I can do right now. we go. We are doing fine right now. If you guys haven't really... Nope. Not really. But there's a lot of things to take care of, but we'll manage. We'll manage. We will manage. Oh, yeah, and we will stream on Memorial Day, just so you know, folks. I mean, I was thinking about going somewhere, but then I decided to cancel it. Or rather, not cancel it, but there was nothing planned because, oh, let's just say that... let's just say a lot of people have plans of their own, and got to a point where looks like I'm not pretty useful as I thought. How fun, right? How fun. Go. Okay. So what now? Yeah, this is what we got, folks. Okay, so now what? Yeah, I'm not gonna even bother putting anything upstairs at this moment. I don't know, I got that from South Park. It's quite funny. Whoops, not iron bars. Iron block. There we go. That's better. Now here comes my challenge. I got an interchange over there. Got a train station right here, so I might as well just get started, right? Okay, so now let's construct a station right now. Okay, so what's next? Okay, so there's the middle part. There we go, right? Now, thing is that I have a rail system here. Third, bottom second. Hold on just a moment. Let me talk over the background noise. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Well, okay. Hold on, let me mute the mic. Alright, I'm back, folks. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, so I think I may have an idea about how can I approach this problem. Okay, that one goes east and that one goes north. Okay. I think I may be onto something. Okay, the traffic flow that goes east. level 60. Okay, so we got... Hold on. Alright, I'm back. It is 7:01 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Welcome to the stream. For those of you just tuning in, my name is Marlon. This is episode 29 of Mushroom City in Minecraft. Right now, I am currently working on this line. Iron block, check. Okay, we're gonna keep on doing this part. Iron block. Oh yeah, just so you know, folks, I intend to end the stream at 8 o'clock because I gotta fuel my stomach. Okay, so now what do I do, you ask? Well, there are two rails, and I do need to two rails to get through. One that comes from the east, and it has to go through the south. We need to go over. Okay, so, and you have this part that serves as a platform. Bingo. Bingo. Yeah, this is the best bet that I got. Hold on just a minute. We got it, yeah. Oh, more background music. That's great. I keep on talking over it. We're almost there, folks. Almost there. I'm getting there, folks. I'm getting there. Didn't mean to do that. Now let's fill with smooth stone slab, because that'll serve as part of the Bullet Bill Express. Right, now what's next? Yeah, I'm figuring something out, folks. Figuring something out right now. So I have a rail line that needs to go through the north here. I think I got a better idea. Let's see. Got an idea. Let's replace this with smooth. Yeah, replace the ceiling with smooth quartz block. There we go. I mean, that's what we got right now. Alright, let's fill this up right now. Yeah, just so you know, folks, I did say that I was gonna do my weather discussion at 7:20, so it'll stand firm. I mean, although that contradicts my statement that I was gonna stream for about an hour, but it's just that you know, severe weather has definitely made things exceptional. What do we have here right now? Okay. So this is what the train station looks like. We got City Hall right there that we'll get to building soon. So anyway, what about creating the elevators? We're gonna get to that, folks. We're definitely gonna get to that. 2, 3, 4. Then we get to here, yes. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and then the other one, just 1, 2, and then voila. Try to make sure that that everything is in order, just that nothing gets cut off. create an elevator. Just that in case if I do plan on creating a subway line, or rather train. Let's see. Let's start off with right here. Got an idea. We go up, we go up, we go up. Yeah! We go up, we go up, we go up, we go up. Yep, 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 yep. Doo-doo. Yeah, I gotta set up this part right now. Oh, background music. Now we're back. So sorry about that once again, but like I said, beyond my control. So much going on right now. Alright, it is 7:20 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I wish I can continue with this, but weather's calling my name, so we will continue this tomorrow. But in the meantime, we're not going to end the stream, just so you know, folks. Gotta talk about the weather, and there's lots to talk about. So what do we have here? So just a moment. Okay, so we have 57 active weather alerts right now. 11 tornado. Wow, 11 tornado warnings. Oh my God! Look at this. And some of them really have large hailstones. Oh my God! Places like Illinois, Indiana, Delaware, Missouri, Kentucky. Oh boy. Damn. Oh, damn, dude, it's awful. Okay, 11 tornado warnings, 30 severe thunderstorm warnings in Indiana, Virginia, Missouri, North Carolina, Illinois, New Jersey, Delaware, I think I said Delaware, Texas, Wisconsin, in Arkansas, oh yeah, Maryland as well, Virginia, North Carolina. Wow, this is just horrific. As well as upstate New York. This is so heinous, folks. 2 flash flood warnings are in Pennsylvania and upstate New York. 9 special marine warnings in Wisconsin, Michigan, Virginia, New Jersey, Delaware, North Carolina. And 5 special weather statements in Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Indiana, Michigan, Texas. Let's start off with tornado warnings. So let's start off in the Northeast, where things are very dicey right now. There are plenty of storms throughout northern New England, upstate New York, especially southern New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delmarva Peninsula, and Virginia. A line of storms just left Baltimore and Washington, D.C., and now they're making their mark in places like the Delmarva Peninsula. It is ground zero for Georgetown in Delaware. Now let's turn on single site radar. So what we got here is that we do have I don't know if I want to call that a kink. It is something. And radial velocity, we'll pick it up right now. So there are winds, they're moving there, 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 there. But now we're focused more on what's going on right now. So basically what we do have is a tornado that's just right around Georgetown. It's moving in that direction towards the east. Folks, this is very dangerous for those who are living in the Delmarva Peninsula. Severe thunderstorm warnings are in effect in the Delmarva Peninsula, and as well as plenty of marine warnings. And as we go further south, oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that there are some. I forgot to put some correlation coefficient right here. I mean, it's just mostly precipitation, folks. There. Debris right around Georgetown. But regardless, there is a tornado, folks. Yeah, just south of Georgetown. Severe thunderstorm warnings just south of Norfolk, and at Norfolk, Chesapeake, Virginia, especially in northeastern North Carolina. Let me switch gears. Well, Florida and much of Georgia, you're not getting much of the precipitation, but parts of North Carolina, there are precipitation, but in the northeastern part of the state, there is a severe thunderstorm warning, especially 2 of them that are included in Virginia. There are spotty showers throughout South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, but it's all clear in Louisiana. In Texas, there are severe thunderstorm warnings southwest or rather just south of Fort Worth, especially 2 severe thunderstorm warnings just northwest of Austin, Texas. There's also a severe thunderstorm warning in northern Arkansas. There are severe thunderstorm warnings in southeastern Missouri. 1 tornado warning located in Orrin, Missouri. Now let's check the single site radar, see what we got, folks. And it's in Paducah. So let's see, Orrin, just south of Cape Girardeau. It's kink right here. Then we check the radial velocity, and what we're seeing, folks, I don't see much going on, but all I know, folks, is that there is something there, and there has to be something. Yet the National Weather Service in St. Louis is able to pick up, so that means there is a tornado in the vicinity of Orrin and Morley, and as well as as well as Bell City, Missouri. There is also a tornado warning in Marion, Illinois. And what you're seeing, folks, is the most critical of all. Look. The purple... Look at this! Look at this! Do you see what's going on? Tornado emergency. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. For those of you who are in the southern part of Illinois, this is for y'all. This is considered the most... This is the most important message from the National Weather Service. If you're there, please get off the stream and take shelter immediately, because this is not something to play with. This is serious. And it's observed, and you have a hailstone size about 1.75 inches, about the size of golf balls. And according to this damage threat is catastrophic. And it will expire in 32 minutes, and it's located in Saline and Williamson counties in Illinois. This is beyond normal. While there is a tornado warning, this is considered very, very lethal. And if you don't take this seriously, it will kill you. For real. And I'm not trying to make this something that'll haunt you. This is serious, folks. I'm sorry for putting out there, but this is far more serious. This is not something that I made up. This is something that's advised by the National Weather Service and by local officials there who tell people to stay in shelter. Regardless, let's check on what's going on right now. And I gotta tell you, this is very serious. So the people who are in that warning, that tornado emergency, they include the towns of Marion, Creel Springs, Carrier Mills, and Harrisburg, Illinois. That requires people's everyone's cooperation for themselves, just to hunker down and stay put until local officials tell people that it is safe to venture out. But until then, this requires everyone to hunker down and stay in shelter in their basements and in their storm shelters. But going out is definitely the most dangerous. Very, very dangerous. But elsewhere, there is a tornado warning in Pittsburgh, Illinois, Spillertown. Wow, I've never seen anything so frightening. Look at this. Right now, it's moving. That tornado is definitely making its mark. The tornado is currently just near Creel Springs, and it's making its way towards Carrier Mills. So let me check what's going on. Let me just do this real quick. Let me see if I can put 60 miles per hour. Yeah, 5 minutes. So Carrier Mills, it's about 11 minutes. Boy, folks, this is not something to play with. This is far more serious. Oh, boy. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on this. Right now, there are 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in the southern part of the state. There are two tornado warnings near Terre Haute, Indiana. Let's go to the one right here. Oh, this one is no good. tornado warning. It's located southwest of Melrose. It's located in just near between Yale and Orange, Illinois. Sorry about that, folks. Tornadoes located in Marshall, Illinois. And from what it looks like, it's near Terre Haute. It'll make its way within minutes. It'll cross the Wabash River. There's also a tornado warning in Bloomington, Illinois. Let's take a look. Just a little bit of streak right here. So there's a tornado right around the town. There are severe thunderstorm warnings throughout the Hoosier state, and things are very dire, folks. It is awful. There is a tornado warning just on the north side of Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Let's go back to Paducah. So that means there's a tornado just north of town, especially just southeast of Crofton, Kentucky. And from what it looks like, it'll be moving towards the east, and it has a severe thunderstorm warning as well. Okay. There are plenty of severe thunderstorm warnings on the eastern side of Wisconsin. Plenty of strong weather in Michigan, in Lakes Superior and Lake in Michigan. I'm so sorry about that, folks. There's just so much going on right now. Severe weather is just awful. It is purely tragic right now. Oh boy. Just hope that everyone, just heeds the warnings and takes cover. Right now, this is a very, very dire situation. Indiana, Illinois. Oh boy, severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's take a look elsewhere throughout the United States. Plenty of severe weather throughout the Midwest, especially parts of the South, and as well as the East Coast, the Mid-Atlantic. But from what it looks like, the tornado warning has expired in the Delmarva Peninsula. 2 severe thunderstorm warnings are in effect in the Delmarva Peninsula, along with some marine warnings. 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in northwestern Pennsylvania. 1 exists just south of Utica, and there's a flash flood warning also just south of Utica, and southeast of Syracuse. This is very eventful, folks. The worst severe weather outbreak that I'm currently witnessing right now as a meteorologist. Poplar Bluff, south of Girardeau, Marion, Illinois, along with a tornado emergency in those areas. And as well as Hopkinsville. Look at this. There are 3 severe tornado warnings just southwest and west of Terre Haute. And 2, there's also another tornado warning in Bloomington, Indiana, as well as Columbus, Indiana, Seymour, Indiana, and Westport, Indiana. And as well as plenty of severe thunderstorm warnings. This is just pure awful, folks. And everyone must heed this warning and must take action by taking shelter and staying in place until the storm subsides. But for right now, the situation is just very dire right now. Well, thank you, Opeyemi Gaming. I appreciate it. But right now, the situation in many states is so dire that the one in Illinois is completely tenable at this moment. No, right, untenable is what I meant to say. The situation in Marion, Illinois, and in southern Illinois is considered the most untenable of all severe weather events, of all tornado warnings. Very untenable. A deepening low pressure is located in Minnesota. Very, very untenable. Hold on a minute, folks. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to fix this up right now to see if here we go. Sorry about that, folks. So elsewhere throughout the United States, there are plenty of showers and storms on the western portion of Montana, and as well as the eastern edges of Idaho. And there are some showers and some few storms throughout the western, throughout Olympic National Park, and scattered showers throughout the Cascades, and as well as the outskirts of Seattle. The Great Basin dealing with some spotty to scattered showers, and as well as anywhere in this from Santa Barbara all the way to Fort Irwin, California, anywhere right between Bakersfield and Los Angeles. Colorado, you do have some showers throughout much of the state, and especially in the near Cheyenne and near Yellowstone. But overall, folks, this is just awful. It's all awful. And all eyes are now... Okay, so the tornado... So Marion is now still under a tornado warning, but the tornado emergency has just left. But Harrisburg, Illinois is still dealing with some horrific severe weather event. Boy. And there are plenty of tornado warnings throughout this part of the country. It's possible that Ohio's coming up next. That's if this system persists. Okay, so now what's really going on? Okay, now remember when I said that there was an upper level disturbance that's going on right now? Okay. Now I'm gonna show you guys what's going on with right now. So let me refresh the page. Okay, so what we have here is that we have an upper level low that exists over Minnesota. But however, I mean, it's quite different from the one that you saw with the Radar Omega app. It's a surface low. That's because you have a deepening low that has led to the severe weather event throughout the Mississippi Valley, even the Ohio Valley, and especially throughout parts of Texas and the Mid-Atlantic, especially Kentucky and Pennsylvania, and even parts of upstate New York. Those places, they are dealing with a severe weather outbreak, and even a few of them are dealing with a very, very serious, untenable situation regarding a tornado emergency. Hold on, let me turn on the light on my end. Okay, now let me switch gears with something that I'm gonna... Let's turn on the lower dynamics. Let's turn on at 850 millibars. That's the mid-level part of the atmosphere. And what you guys are seeing right now is that there is plenty of frontogenesis that's occurring throughout over Lake Michigan. But yet, the real action is located places like southeastern Missouri, southern Indiana, and southern Illinois and Indiana. But this is quite extraordinary. I mean, I know these are the models, and they don't reflect on what's actually going on. There's also a frontogenesis throughout the Chesapeake Bay and the Delmarva Peninsula. But boy, this is just pure awful. All right, now let's see what's going on with the temperatures right now. But we're going to switch gears with windy.com. Okay, so let's just take a quick break and talk about what's going on in the Northeast temperature-wise. So the temperatures throughout New England are in the 60s and 70s, and throughout places like New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, temperatures are in the 60s to 70s, but in the Chesapeake Bay area, like the Delmarva Peninsula, temperatures are in the upper 60s to low 80s. Virginia, temperatures are in the 70s to low to mid 80s. West Virginia, temperatures are in the 70s to 80s. Winds mostly calm, but some areas have experienced some stronger winds, but local reports would tell you otherwise. So it's best to go to the National Weather Service office, local National Weather Service office in like Baltimore, Washington, especially the Delmarva Peninsula, and especially Richmond. They tell you the true story. Let's go to the Carolinas. Winds are calm, and yet temperatures are in the 80s throughout the most part. Georgia and Florida, so calmer winds in South Florida, but otherwise it's almost breezy, but not too breezy. But temperatures are in the 80s to 90s, especially in Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, which temperatures range from the mid 70s to upper 80s. Yet the winds are coming from the Gulf. They are moving at up to 20 miles an hour throughout the Mississippi Valley. Louisiana and Arkansas, temperatures are in the 80s. Texas, you got mostly light and variable winds throughout much of the Lone Star State. And we do have temperatures in the 70s in the Panhandle, the western part. 70s to 80s throughout the Panhandle, western Texas, 80s and 90s. But in some places, triple digits like San Antonio at 100 degrees. The southern tip of Texas, temperatures are in the mid 80s to low hundreds. Places like Houston, 95. Eastern Texas, temperatures are in the 90s, but northeastern Texas, temperatures are in the 80s to low 90s. Oklahoma, temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s in the Panhandle, but the rest of the state, temperatures are in the 80s. Winds are very strong throughout the northern plains, especially in South Dakota and Nebraska, and especially parts of North Dakota and northern Kansas. Winds are blowing quick, and they all connect the dots in which winds are moving in a counterclockwise form. We have a very deepening low right now, especially in Iowa and northern Missouri and northern Illinois. Winds are moving round all around Minnesota. But yet in the southern plains like Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, and Missouri, temperatures, let's start off with Nebraska, in which it's 52 in Valentine, and the rest of the state, temperatures are in the mid 50s to mid 60s. Kansas, temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s. Kansas, temperatures are in the mid 70s to low 80s. The Ohio Valley, you have Kentucky, temperatures are in the 80s. Ohio, temperatures are in the 70s. Indiana, temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s. Illinois, temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s. Michigan temperatures are in the low 80s in the southern part of the lower peninsula. Upper part of the northern lower peninsula temperatures are in the 70s, along with the upper peninsula of Michigan. But temperatures in Marquette are at 64 degrees. Escanaba 57, Sault Ste. Marie 71, Wisconsin. Temperatures are in the 70s throughout the lower half of the state, but the northern half temperatures are in the mid 50s to low 60s. Minnesota temperatures are in the 50s because of the deepening low, which makes temperatures quite low, but even though it's not entirely the case in terms of the deepening low. But regardless, point is, cold air is being sucked into the low pressure, which is why you're getting temperatures that are chilly at that time of year, all because of the excessive heat and humidity that's existed for days. But in the Dakotas, you have temperatures that are in the 40s and 50s. Winds are strong throughout the northern plains, but in the northern Rockies, winds are calmer, the exception of eastern Idaho, in which winds are moving just a little quick but moving towards the northeast. But let's start off with Montana. Temperatures are in the 60s in the eastern half of the state. Temperatures elsewhere are in the 50s, but however, up in the mountains, a little lower, like in the 40s. Idaho temperatures range from the mid 40s to upper 50s. Wyoming, eastern half of the eastern southern parts of the state, winds are stronger, moving towards the east and south, towards the southeast. Elsewhere, calmer winds, but temperature-wise, 61 in Cheyenne, but elsewhere temperatures are in the 50s, but in the mountainous parts, 40s. Colorado, Utah, and Nevada, winds are mostly calmer, but however, eastern part of the state stronger, moving towards the east. Even though, well, from the eastern part of Utah all the way to Colorado, winds are moving towards the east. Regardless, so temperatures are in the 60s to mid 70s throughout Colorado. Utah temperatures are in the 50s in the northern part of the state. The central part of the state, like Salt Lake City, temperatures are in the 60s, but going into St. George, Utah, it's at 84 degrees. Nevada, we have temperatures that are in the mid 50s to mid 40s throughout the northern half of the state. 68 in Tonopah, 89 in Las Vegas. The desert southwest in New Mexico, we have temperatures that are in the 70s to upper 80s throughout New Mexico, but 64 in Alpine. Temperatures are at 66 degrees throughout Flagstaff, Cabito, 70, Kingman, 80, Phoenix, 93, Alpine, 64, I think I already said that, Yuma, 93, Tucson, 91, California. Let's start off, well, much of the state, as well as the desert southwest, mostly calm winds, but even stronger winds are only up to 20 to 30 miles an hour in New Mexico. You have temperatures at 91 degrees there in Indio, 64 in San Diego, 75 in Los Angeles, 88 in Bakersfield and Fresno, 79 in San Jose, 88 in Sacramento, Chico, 84, Redding, 82, Eureka, 55, and the Pacific Northwest, winds are mostly calm, but temperatures throughout much of the state range from the mid 50s to mid 60s in Oregon, but Washington temperatures are at 50 in Spokane, 57 in Seattle, and temperatures near the Cascades, 60 temperatures are in the 60s. Now let's go over the gusty winds, but we're not going to go much into detail. We got plenty to talk about in terms of weather, and the weather topic of the day, well, I might come up with tips. So there are stronger winds in which they blow at least 60 to 80 miles an hour throughout the northern plains, upper Mississippi Valley, and they all wrap around throughout Minnesota, where the surface low pressure is deepening, where the upper level low pressure center is located as well. Then you have gusty winds throughout much of the Mississippi Valley and the Ohio Valley as well, and the Appalachian parts of the country, as well as parts of the New York City area, particularly in New Jersey. And you do have gusty winds throughout the Rocky Mountains of Colorado and Wyoming, and as well as parts of New Mexico. But there's also a strong sea breeze that come from the Pacific, blowing parallel towards the California coast. Now let's take a look at the humidity. So we got plenty of humidity throughout the Ohio Valley, mid-Mississippi Valley, much of the Northeast, and as well as the Northern Plains, upper Mississippi Valley, the Bitterroot Mountains, and coastal portions of the Pacific Northwest, and as well as northeastern Texas. Now let's take a look at the rainfall accumulation. So we got plenty of rainfall to deal with. So we got plenty of rainfall that's estimated to be about 4 inches, some parts 4 inches throughout the lower Mississippi Valley, anywhere east of Dallas, Shreveport, especially in the northern parts of Mississippi and Alabama, and in Georgia, much of Tennessee, and Kentucky, West Virginia. Rainfall is up to 2 inches in Ohio and Michigan, parts of upstate New York, Pennsylvania, and near Chicago of up to an inch of rain. Much of Michigan, definitely estimated to be about up to 2 inches of rain, but not much in terms of rainfall throughout the upper Mississippi Valley and Northern Plains, and as well as plenty of rainfall of up to 3 inches in Olympic National Park and the coastal portions of the Pacific Northwest, as well as the rest of, well, as well as parts of the rest of Oregon. Hold on, let me mute the mic, folks. Alright, so let's take a look at what's going to happen throughout the next few days. I want to wrap this up as quickly as I can because I'm getting hungry. But severe weather definitely doesn't take breaks, just so you know, folks, as well as seeking shelter and all that. Okay, so let's just move on to 24 hours from now. So by tomorrow, there will be an upper low, a trough that will exist near Lake Ontario, and another one located over Nevada. And there's going to be a ridge that might build up over from the Gulf of Mexico all the way towards the Rocky Mountains. And there could be a strong to severe weather that will exist throughout the Great Basin and as well as the Northeast. So better buckle up. And that includes me as well, because I live in that area, the Northeast. And now let me advance 24 hours into the future. So we got an upper low that's going to occur throughout... Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so we got a trough that's going to occur throughout the Great Basin. It's going to be over the Great Basin by Sunday night. And there will be severe weather throughout the Great Plains and parts of the Southwest. A ridge is going to occur throughout over the Mississippi Valley, and a trough and an upper low is going to occur over the Northeast and New England. Now we move towards Monday night. So Monday night there will be a trough that's going to be over the western Great Plains. A ridge is going to occur over the Ohio Valley and the Gulf Coast, as well as over and off of California. So that means there could be severe weather that's going to be in the making throughout the Great Plains and Mississippi Valley. Now let's go back to Radar Omega right now, and I will show you guys what's going on right now. So the tornado emergency has been lifted, thank God, but the aftermath is something to consider. So I just hope that no one dies and no one gets hurt. Just as long as they play it safe. And I don't mean in a childish way. I mean, like, please be safe out there, everybody. This is very serious. Now, let me change things up to the models. And, well, we're going to talk about temperatures for the next few days. And what we got. Starting on... So on Saturday, so tomorrow morning, there will be a lot of warm lows throughout the Carolinas and plenty of warm lows throughout the South and the Northeast and parts of Michigan and the Ohio Valley, and as well as the desert Southwest in California and the Pacific Northwest. Mild conditions and chilly temperatures throughout the Rockies. Now let's move on to Saturday. I want to make this quick. So by tomorrow night, there will be plenty of hot temperatures throughout Texas, desert Southwest, and as well as the Southeast, going up to New York City, and throughout the Mid-Atlantic states, parts of New England as well. But there will be chilly temperatures throughout Minnesota. Now let's move on to Sunday morning, where there will be plenty of warm lows throughout the South and parts of the East Coast, well, much of the East Coast, and chilly temperatures throughout the Great Basin and the leeward side of the Cascades as well. Now let's move on to Sunday night, where it's going to get super hot in Texas and the southern plains, especially the desert Southwest, and plenty of heat to go around throughout the rest of the South, and mild conditions throughout parts of the Northeast, the Ohio Valley, and the Mid-Mississippi Valley, and as well as California and the leeward side of the Cascades. Now, let's move on to Monday morning, where there will be plenty of warm lows throughout the South, the Mid-Mississippi Valley, and the Mid-Atlantic, and parts of the coastal portion of New England and desert Southwest. It's going to be very cold throughout the Great Basin. And then finally, plenty of hot temperatures. The heat wave persists in Texas. Plenty of hot temperatures. Oh yeah, really hot temperatures throughout parts of Florida. But elsewhere throughout the South, it's going to get really hot, but not as hot as Florida and Texas. And there's going to be plenty of hot temperatures throughout California and the desert Southwest. Mild temperatures throughout the Northeast, the Ohio Valley, and the Mississippi Valley, and as well as the Great Basin and leeward side of the Cascades and the West Coast. Now let's move on towards dew point, where it's going to get very moist anywhere in the south, and as well as the Ohio Valley, points east, especially the Northeast. It's going to get super humid, and as well as the Great Lakes region and the West Coast. Now let's move on to Saturday night. So tomorrow night, excessive humidity throughout the South, Florida, and as well as the Northeast and parts of the Ohio Valley, and just some throughout the Great Lakes region and the Bitterroot Mountains and parts of the West Coast. Now let's move on to Sunday morning. All that humidity will spread out throughout the South, with the exception of western Texas, in which dry air starts moving in. And then you have some humidity that's left over throughout the Northeast, and as well as the front range of the Rockies, east of the Rockies, I should say. Then we move on to Sunday night. That humidity is going to persist throughout the South, with the exception of the western portion of Texas and the panhandle of Oklahoma. And some humidity will persist throughout the southern half of the Great Lakes and as well as the Northeast. Oh boy. My Monday morning, persistent humidity throughout much of the South, Mid-Mississippi Valley, Mid-Atlantic, and parts of the Great Plains. Dry air starts moving in. Will persist throughout western Texas and western Oklahoma. And finally, we do have plenty of humidity throughout in the Mississippi Valley, the southern plains, Mid-Atlantic, Ohio Valley, and as well as the Pacific Northwest, the coastal part of the Pacific Northwest, and coastal Northern California. Oh boy. Then we go to Cape, where there's plenty of Cape tomorrow morning in Texas, in the lower Mississippi Valley, the Mid-Atlantic, as well as some in the interior Northeast and the New York City area as well. And we move on and just a little bit in the Pacific Northwest. But a lot of action is going to occur throughout the southern plains and throughout much of the south. This is going to be very, very painful to endure, the severe weather event, especially thunderstorms and maybe some severe weather throughout the Northeast, and as well as portions of the Rockies, the Great Basin, well, much of the West actually, with the exception of the Desert Southwest. Oh boy. Sunday morning, still plenty of Cape to go around throughout the southern plains, Texas, lower Mississippi Valley, and much of the south, as well as Florida. So by Sunday night, lots of convection to go around throughout the southern plains, and as well as the south, and even in the front range of the Rockies. Some Cape, but not as much throughout, but still persistent throughout the southern plains, lower Mississippi Valley, as well as parts of the Carolinas and even parts of Florida. Finally, the excessive amount of Cape is ongoing throughout the southern plains and mid-Mississippi Valley, Texas, and even parts of the rest of the south, even Florida. Let's take a look at precipitation. By tomorrow morning, there will be plenty of storms to go around throughout the Northeast, Great Lakes. There's going to be some wintry precipitation throughout the northern plains, particularly in the Dakotas and Minnesota. Scattered showers and storms throughout the Gulf Coast and Southeast, as well as plenty of showers and storms, especially on the mountains, with some snow showers throughout the west, with the exception of the Desert Southwest and some parts of the Great Basin and the Colorado Rockies. Oh boy. And then we still have plenty of storms to go around throughout the Great Lakes region, the Northeast, as well as some wintry precipitation in Minnesota and the northern plains region, scattered showers and storms throughout the Gulf Coast, plenty of rains throughout much of the west with the exception of the Desert Southwest, and mountain snow as well. Now let's see. Persistent rains will occur throughout much of the Northeast, Great Lakes region, but some parts of the Great Lakes region will endure winter precipitation of snow, freezing rain, and sleet. But there is going to be a severe weather throughout the Mississippi Valley, Great Lakes, and some scattered showers and storms throughout the Gulf Coast. And then by Sunday night, some showers and storms will occur throughout parts of the Northeast, especially throughout south with some scattered showers and storms, but a lot of precipitation throughout the Great Basin, Great Plains, Rocky Mountains. But in the mountains, it'll get cold, so it's going to be there's going to be wintry weather in the form of snow, freezing rain, and sleet, especially in the Cascades. Oh boy, yeah, I keep saying that because there's just so much going on. But the interior Northeast and northern New England, there will be scattered showers and a few storms. But the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes region and the Mississippi Valley, they're going to endure some storms, but scattered showers and storms throughout the Gulf Coast, the Great Plains, lots of storms, Rocky Mountains, plenty of rain, but mountain snow, as well as parts of the Great Basin and even parts of the Desert Southwest. They'll endure rain, but in northern Arizona, there will be snow up in the mountains, and especially New Mexico and the Pacific Northwest. Plenty of mountain snow, valley, coastal rains. And finally, Still some wet weather throughout the northern portion of New England and northern upstate New York. Mid-Atlantic, some scattered showers and storms, especially in the Ohio Valley. Parts of the South will endure some scattered showers and storms, as well as the Great Plains region. Oh boy. And there's also going to be some snow showers throughout the Rocky Mountains, Valley Rain, Mountain Snow, as well as parts of the desert Southwest and in the Pacific Northwest, coastal rains, and even mountain snow. All right. Now let's check the wintry precipitation. Sorry about that. Oh boy, I need a breather. I've been talking a lot, so much, folks. So much has been happening. There's plenty of snow to go around, folks. So let's say it's starting off with the Rockies. No more than a foot of snow. There are areas where there is going to be snow, just a few inches in the northern part of Arizona, New Mexico. Utah, whenever there is snow, it's only up to a foot of snow in some areas, but possibly a little bit more than that in a few areas. Northern Nevada, no more than a foot of snow in some areas, but elsewhere, wherever there is snow, it's just only no more than 6 inches. Near Yellowstone, there's going to be about 16 inches of snow, especially southeast of Bozeman, up to 2 feet of snow. Central Idaho, up to a foot of snow. Cascades, also about between a foot to a foot and a half of snow, up until Oregon. All right, folks. Let me turn back to here, just so that what we're dealing with, folks. Okay, so before we can do the weather topic of the day, just to wrap it up, we got 13 tornado warnings. Indiana, Missouri, Kentucky, Illinois. 38 severe thunderstorm warnings. You know what, folks? I'm getting too tired of this. I mean, I gotta eat, folks. But we'll continue with the stream tomorrow. But I want to do the weather topic of the day. So I got something in mind right now. All right, just give me a moment, folks. All right, folks, so here are the tips that I got for you guys. The best thing you can do during a tornado warning is to seek immediate shelter, particularly in a basement or storm cellar, which happens to be the safest place possible. But if those are not available, an interior room on the lowest floor is your best option, since you got to be away from windows, doors, and outside walls. And stay away from the windows. But if you're outside, your best bet is to lie flat in a ditch and protect your head, just so that you don't get hit by debris. Especially if you live in a mobile home or a vehicle. Just stay in a ditch or in a storm shelter, like the basement. And never take shelter in an overpass. It's too dangerous. Listen to your local officials by tuning in to local news or weather apps, heat evacuation warnings, and also have a disaster kit with you wherever disaster happens, just so that it won't be too late for you guys. Alright, guess that's it, folks. Anyway, I'm so sorry that I didn't play much of Minecraft here for you guys, but this is the weather topic of the day, and it's very serious. So I'm pretty tired. Anyway, we'll continue streaming for you guys tomorrow at 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But very importantly, folks, do take shelter and heed this advice just so that everyone is safe during tornado warnings, especially severe thunderstorm warnings and flash flood warnings, and even any other warnings that's that's issued by the National Weather Service. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe out there, everybody who are watching. Anybody who's watching during a storm, right? Even beyond storms, because you never know. All right. See you guys tomorrow at 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Love y'all. Peace out, everybody. Stay safe out there. Signing out.